every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is, you show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox Post Podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is fuck! Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield post-game show. Welcome in on a Monday. The Atlanta Braves, again, after that Toronto series, I wasn't here for Saturday and Sunday, but what happened on Saturday and Sunday, and that was just bad hitting with runners in scoring position. That entire series, I should say, not only Saturday and Sunday, but Friday. Hunter Renfroe's blast on Sunday helped the Angels to get at least a game back in the standings a little bit, and also get through that Toronto series with salvaging one, because being down 6 games is a lot worse than being down 4 games at that point. So the Angels were able to pick up a game right there and move forward with that win. But as far as today, we'll jump into it because I didn't give the Angels much credit playing the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are the best team in all of baseball, in my opinion. Olsen continues to do awesome things against the Angels, and we're going to get into all that stuff right now. As it looks like right now, the Toronto Blue Jays just went down to the Baltimore Orioles, so the Angels will pick up yet another game. They are only 3 games out now of the freaking of the Toronto Blue Jays, and we're hoping that somehow, some way, the Cleveland shitfucks can rally against the Houston Astros, but that's not looking good right now. Astros have a 5-2 lead. The shitfucks gave up the lead. They had a 2-0 lead behind Noah Syndergaard, but the Yankees did lose as well, so that helps out. And lo and behold, Texas has only got a game lead. It's going to drop down to a half game after the Astros win tonight. So we'll get into that, and we're going to get into everything because there's a huge box score talking about what happened with the Angels and what they did tonight, because, again, I didn't get a chance to give you my takes on the additions on the latest trade because the Anaheim Rockies are in town, are going to be in town here soon, but they were in Atlanta tonight. The Rockies, meaning the Angels, got the win tonight, and let's go over real quick. Before I get into the box score, I'm all discombobulated because the pitching was so good tonight. I really enjoyed the pitching, but let's talk about 714 tickets, 714 tickets. I'd like to extend and appreciate and a very standing ovation to everybody that continues to purchase tickets through 714 tickets and using our HITI promo code. I keep getting nice little text messages and emails. You guys are doing a good job of purchasing tickets. It really helps us out. A lot of people have been asking, hey, how's a good way to help out Heedy? Well, purchase tickets through Halos in the Infield, going through 714 tickets, mentioning HITI, or just when you call in, or if you use the app, put it in the promo code. You get 10% off plus 5% back to an additional purchase plus another 10%. You cannot lose, and it really adds up on the savings. So I suggest you guys all do that. It really helps us out. Noble L works as well, as loving the fact that you guys are walking in there and saying Halos in the Infield. You're taking advantage of their free parking, and you're also getting $1 off pints. So those are our 2 sponsors. We really like to extend a thank you to all of you out there that are participating with us. Now, to the game tonight. The game was Captain Solo home runs until the new additions came through. And is it me, or is it really weird to see CJ Cron in an Angels uniform? Because to me, it's like, damn, this is a flashback. You know what I mean? Like the Randall Gittrick thing is one of those things where we drafted him, and I was always jealous that he went to Tampa Bay, got to play in the playoffs, play for a few other teams, and do really good. He's still one of Trout's good friends, as they brought out tonight. And it was one of those things where, okay, you know, he really didn't wear an Angels uniform. He was in the minor league system when he was traded, so not too much love lost for the guy. Just know he's a good and fantastic athlete, good hitter, 300 hitter. It's really good on Perry to get a guy like him. But what was weird was seeing CJ Cron in there, because CJ Cron throws me back to the Skaggs days, throws me back to when we first got Andrew Heaney, the last time we were in the postseason. That's how far he goes back. So, and automatically on that, like tonight was like the worst pitcher for him to go against in what's his name for the Atlanta Braves tonight, where was Charlie Morton, because Charlie Morton throws that slider that just dips off against right-handed hitters, and also that curveball that falls away, or a backdoor curveball. Those are kind of pitches that Cron struggles with, and he struggled with that early. We'll get to what he did later in the game, but early on, yeah, he was looking kind of like old CJ Cron, why we wanted to get rid of him, because he wasn't on point. But he had a really nice at-bat, and one of those at-bats where you're thinking to yourself, damn, if we had hitters like this, or consistent guys who could get base hits when it counts, when we need to add on runs, when we need to pad the lead, come back, tie the game, stuff like that, we'd be in such a better position, because it just felt better with those guys in the lineup tonight. No fucking squid, just no easy outs, and a guy that I was so happy for, which I'll talk about tonight, because I felt really happy for him. But let me go over the scoring first. The Angels started early, which is always a good thing. They did that 3 times, though, in Toronto, and only won 1 game. It was Louis Renifo, leadoff home run. I mean, he just basically took a swing of, let me put the bat on the ball and see what happens, and he squared it up perfectly. And he wasn't trying to hit a home run. That wasn't. I don't care what you say. That was not a home run swing right there by Mr. Renifo. That was just, hey, let me put the bat on the ball, and the good thing happened. He hit it with a piece of the biggest part of the bat, the fattest part of the barrel of the bat, and that ball flew out. So it was 1-0 Angels. Then Randall Gittrick went to right field, solo blast, and that was nice to see. His only hit of the game, it was 2-0. But the Angels stranded base runners in that game early in the first 2 innings. Had the bases loaded in the first inning, had a chance to break it open, couldn't do it. Second inning, second and third, couldn't do it. So it was kind of giving you that feel like, shit, if we don't get some runs here, we're in trouble. And in the 5th inning, Olsen did it again. This guy has just been a thorn in our neck ever since he's been called up, when he was in Oakland, whatever. He's that type of hitter. Look, I have respect for him now that he's in Atlanta and he kills the Dodgers and other teams like that. But when he was in the American League, I couldn't stand him, because it just felt like every time we pitched to him, bad things would happen. And tonight was no different. I mean, he crushed a home run off of Silseth, and I'll give Silseth a lot of credit. You saw the pitches in the first couple innings there by Morton and also Silseth. They mirrored each other. The breaking pitches and fastballs were just on point by both of them. Morton was kicking it up there around 97. Silseth was around 95. The curveballs and changeups were just all over the place, but in the strike zone. So they were confusing batters. They were working the corners. The umpire was very pitcher friendly, and the game was speeding through. And it was just, I thought it was 2 good pitchers going at it. Now, first complaint of the game, besides the Angels stranding runners early on in this game, was the fact that quick pull of Silseth. Now, hindsight being what it is, it worked out. But if you're trying to stretch this guy into a starter that can actually go longer than 5 innings, 4 innings, like you've pitched him, Nevin, all year, you might want to throw him out there and let him go. And just on a night like this where he was actually dealing, let him see how far he can go. I'm sure he's pitched more than 6 innings in his minor league career. But they allowed him only go to 5. And again, this is one of those where you scratch your head, because you do that every time Nevin coaches, or Ray Montgomery. You just get this feeling of what the fuck did they do that? But it worked out this time. So in the 6th inning, a guy who I'm really happy for, who went 0 for 37 at one point, and that was Chad Wallach going deep on a home run to left field. I mean, he absolutely crushed it. And that was a big add-on run, because the Angels don't do that. But if it had to come by the solo home run, fine. 3-1, Angels lead by 2. But then in the 9th inning, again, where you kind of needed it, I didn't like the fact that having a 2-run lead, where if you get a guy on base, you have to, you get a guy on base, they're going to have the opportunity to just hit a, bloop in a blast or a walk in a blast, and you're tied up. So CJ Cron on 0-2 just saw a pitch that was a rising fastball, went with it, and just flared it out in the center field to get the add-on run. Beautiful, 4-1. And that's after the fact that Soriano came in the 6th inning. There was a bases loaded jam right there, and he got out of that. 7th inning was clean. Lopez did a clean 8th inning, and then Lopez got out in the 9th inning. 1, 2, 3. Again, head scratcher. Why don't you bring in Estevez? His arm's not going to fall off. He doesn't have leprosy. He only threw 30 pitches. Yes, he pitched 2 innings, but he's done this before in his career. But Nevin's philosophy was, I'm sitting him for a game. Oh, my God, he's going to die if I put him out there. So, again, another stupid-ass decision, but it happened to work this time, and a win's a win's a win. And look, again, I wasn't expecting an Angels win, especially when we heard that Silseth was going to spot start for our boy Canning. I thought, damn, that lessens our chances of winning. That's my fault for not giving full, not expecting that Silseth would rise to the occasion. So again, on this road trip, guys and gals, they have pitched magnificently. Remember we saw the Shohei start. Sandoval was the only Rocky start, only 5 innings right there. You had good pitching in Toronto. They've pitched phenomenal so far. Even our boy, who I'm down on, Anderson, Tyler Anderson came through and only gave up 1 run in 6 innings. Quality start. You're seeing the pitching now with the additions of Grichuk and our boy Crone. Those guys are kind of like the Band-Aids. They're the starters for now to fix things, to try to keep this thing rolling until we get O'Hoppe, Drury, and Trout back. Then you see those guys who are starting right now who can come off the bench and give you quality at bats, sort of like 3 Urshela's, because again, Moustakas might be moved to the bench as well. So there's good things coming once these guys come back, and it's just going to take a little bit, but we're talking about in 2 weeks we can have Trout and freaking Drury back for sure, Trout back for in 2 weeks, and then maybe just over 2 weeks we could have O'Hoppe back. So we're talking mid-August, August 15th to 17th, we could see all 3 of those guys back, and you watch this offense. It's got to get going, right? You would think it's got to get going. Now, there's a few things that did bother me in this game. I didn't like in certain situations. They didn't sacrifice. And then Moniak. Again, Moniak, I need you to have better at bats. Stop swinging at shit that's in the ground or above your head. You're getting a little bit out of your comfort zone, and you're looking shitty. This is where Marcus Thames should get off his fucking ass and stop eating Soriano's leftover molded cheese nachos and start instructing the young kid. Help Moniak out. He had a golden sombrero tonight. 4 strikeouts. That's unacceptable. If Moniak's moved to that situation where he's going to clean up, well, then he better clean up. We can't be having easy outs right there. Those are opportunities for the Angels to score more runs. So that's where I got a nitpick on that tonight. There was also a play that one more thing I want to bring up before I get into the awards. How about fucking your shortstop, Zach Neto? How about the guy? Okay, you could say, well, he didn't do nothing tonight, Todd. Why are you mentioning him? Did you not see when he hit that little, excuse me, bunt up the right field line and he got decked by a bigger Olsen? I mean, come on. He's not going to knock Olsen over. But Olsen just threw a shoulder and it was nothing. It was nothing bad. That was just Olsen getting pushed out of the way by Morton, who was covering first. He happened to be in the way, and both of them apologized to Neto. And that's fine. What I liked the moxie of that kid, okay, and maybe it doesn't show up in the stats, but you watch. A mistake is a mistake, right, that he made. He got up, was a little bit pissed, but shrugged it off, said baseball's baseball, but you could tell he was pissed inside that he took that hit and went down. And then when he got into the dugout, he was slamming his baseball hat, he was slamming his gloves into the thing, and nobody talked to him, and he walked up and down mumbling shit to himself. Because he knows he can be better. He's genuinely upset that he had a weak ass at bat, and then he got embarrassed too at the same time, getting decked to the ground. That kid wants it. And look at the bullshit we've been watching since that piece of shit from the sea, Squid, came up. Dirty plays at short, just terrible diving, missing plays. Just making he doesn't look anywhere like he's supposed to from last year, right? Cocky ass guy who does nothing. Doesn't care that he strikes out. But you have Neto out there having one bad at bat, and he just wants to end it all. He's so pissed. But defensively tonight, easy throws, getting to balls that are difficult. Nice throws, clean throws to first base. Yes, he did short hop one over there, but guess what? CJ Cron's a pro at first base, and he made that scoop nice and easy. So defensively, you have Benji Gill out there working with these guys defensively. And you already got pros out there like Moustakas who can field a good first base and a third base. Then you got CJ Cron who could field a good first base and a third base. Escobar's gotten better. I like Benji Gill out there defensively. And that's all I'm saying. Like he helps this team immensely. So we're going to go into the stars of the game. Let's start off with a John Stamos Award before we get into your comments. Now, you can give the award to a couple players tonight. You could say, okay, Ohtani was up there. He got on base, 2 hits. He scored, or he didn't score a run tonight, but he was just on the bases tonight. You could say, okay, Grichuk came through with a home run in his first game, but he had 3 strikeouts tonight, so that's not good. And then, but I'm gonna give it, and you got pitching guys here too. Silseth, 5 innings pitched, 1 run, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, but Silseth did good in his last start. Soriano, a nice hold. Loop, I didn't even talk about Loop. Loop came in the 7th inning, got his 7th hold, pitched a clean inning, and he got some big outs right there. Lopez went an inning and 2/3, 3 strikeouts, but he had 2 walks. No, I'm going to be a little nice. And I'm going to give it to a guy that we've shit on a little bit, and we've got a little upset. We've lost a little bit of faith in, and that's Chad Wallach. You can't be happier for a guy like this who's caught a good game all year, who's been really instrumental in helping these pitchers progress and grow. And he went out there and had 3 hits. 3 hits, he had a double, a single, and he was a triple short of the cycle. There was no Bally's there chiming in for a cycle watch for Wallach because that would never happen. But he raised his average to 216. Good for him. That big solo home run was a huge, huge add-on run. Now let's get to the Nacho Night Award, and this might surprise a few of you out there.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
Now the Nacho Night Award goes to the worst team or worst player on the field, and you could say it could be Angel. You could say it's an Atlanta Brave. We always like to give it to the road team, but this time I'm gonna balk right here. And you could say, okay, the pitching for both teams was pretty good, so I can't give it to a pitcher right there. I look at the Atlanta roster. There's a couple guys that went over 3. But whenever you star with a hat trick, you kind of put a notch in your hat, like, you might get those nachos. You might get that free voucher for nachos from Sorrento. But you might get those nachos. But when you go golden sombrero, you get yourself a buy one, get one free helmet nachos. Hell, you get the retro. You get a retro helmet nachos, and you get a City Connect retro helmet nacho, because 4 strikeouts, that's unacceptable. Again, Moniak batting in the 4th spot, and he went 0 for 5 tonight, including 4 strikeouts. 2 of those strikeouts, he looked goddamn pitiful. And Moniak, all right, like, you need to make contact because Nevin is looking to hook your ass. He'd rather see freaking Velasquez out there than you. Like he just looks to take you out of the lineup. So by putting up a performance like this, also you had a hat trick in Toronto. Bro, get your shit together, because when you're on base, you're effective. You made a nice catch in center field. When you work walks and you get on base, you steal bases, you hit doubles, we know you can hit home runs, but man, you gotta make some contact, man, because a player like you, we all like to cheer for, but you can't be striking out like this, because other guys could strike out 10, 20 times, and Nevin will still be in love with him. Like Renifo and all these other guys, Squid can just strike out, make no contact. They're fine. Their starting positions penciled in. They're fine. They'll start back-to-back games. You, on the other hand, you keep this shit up, you're going to ride your ass to the pine and for a while. So I'm just trying to give you, if you watch this Moniak, just get your shit together, man. I don't want to see you back on the bench, dude, because you worked hard to get to where you're at. And I enjoy watching Moniak play, but god damn it, dude, you got to start making some contact. So there it is for the awards tonight. Again, if you didn't hear, wait. First off, Bally's wants to check in. So they always have to check in. And then the broadcast tonight wasn't all that bad. And again, we picked up some games in the standings, so that's nice. So we'll get to this. Justin Option checks in with balls, and more honking.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
more honking. Because the honks are coming out, dude. I mean, again. Landon says CJ Cron picks up a win in his first game with the Angels. The chair says the secret word of the day is win. Is it win or is it winning?
Wow, winning.
So glad Cron didn't go for 0 for 5 tonight. Mateo says James. Dan Rio says pitching kicked ass today. If we can possibly take 2 out of 3 from the best team in baseball, holy crap, light that baby up. Silseth pitched excellent and Lopez was throwing heat. And when you got a guy who, again, Lopez is basically Ben Joyce, is what we wanted Ben Joyce to be. But this guy's got years of experience, and to get him along with Giolito, I'm telling you, is huge. But I think we're just missing one at bat. One at bat. Too early for phone calls. Eric says, that's how you start the series, boys. Exactly. Thank you, Eric. Moniak is struggling. It's your boy says, wow, we took a game from probably the best team or top 3 team. Worst Artie is still in charge, but maybe our players are saying fuck him and playing every game like it's their last. I hope so, because again, we want meaningful baseball. That was a great game, and glad we didn't see Squid get in a bat tonight. Also, Hunter says light that baby up. David says it's all about the Anaheim Angels. I'll take that. Nate Hustle says Toronto lost. They did lose, so again, that's a huge pickup for us in the wild card race. Again, they're playing Baltimore. They're playing the second best team in baseball. So if we're able to get some wins and they're able to get some losses, man, we could be right there. And then don't count out Houston. If the Ohio shitfucks can actually hold on to a lead for once, maybe tomorrow in the next game, we could pick up ground on them too. And if you look at the division, guess who's 4.5 games back of Texas? That would be your Anaheim Angels of Southern California, of Western Hemisphere of China. Otani getting Barry Bonds treatment. He is. Hunter says, I think one more reliever or starter you can eat innings. That would be great. James says balls, and Chad Wallach. So he's wanting the balls. Exactly.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and
Chad Wallach. Also, let's see. Also, Hunter said Han Solo sizes it up. Moniak gets the nachos for sure. Sean Kroom says you need Roger Lodge Halo Honk Horn Trophy for the most honking comment of the season. I do. It's just going to be one loud-ass honk. Johnny says, yet again, they still have to find a way to put Velasquez in the game. Anyway, great moves with the latest trades we got. Great move. And I'm going to do a little 1-minute video on that, talking about Gritchick on YouTube, so look out for that. I can tell the difference between Squid and Moniak at the plate. Yep, Sean. Or I can't tell. That's the problem. I thought it was weird that our new boys are wearing 15 and 25. Yeah, Dan. Think about it. Salmon and Gloss. Good grief. Damn, what's a no-doubter from Wallach? Loved it, Ryan says. Silseth could have went 7 if not for philosophy. Exactly. May you show me your honk, sir? Well, here's my honk. Let me just pull it out of my pants. Imagine if you could pull it out and it made that noise. That'd be a little freaky. That would definitely get the girls talking. Justin says Moniak swinging at the dirt, sort of like Renfroe. Renfroe did go back into some bad traits after, really carrying the team in Toronto. Can we please keep Silseth in the lineup and leave him alone? Silseth is doing some good things. And by the way, tonight, again, they were making a big deal about runners left on in scoring position tonight, or left on base. Well, we went 1 for 11, and the only hit that we got with an RBI was CJ Cron's RBI single. Other than that, we left 10 men on base. That's not good. Landon says, so glad Neto is back, and so is Squid. But that just tells you, though, leaving all those guys on base, that's how good the pitching was. That's literally how good the pitching was. And you look up and down that lineup of Atlanta. How many guys have 20 or more home runs, number one? And they have a dude that was stealing over 50 bases already in Acuna. So, damn, they have a really, really good lineup. Let's fucking go, Halo Honks. Also, I will get a Crone jersey. Golden Stamos is all the pitchers, Mr. Move says. 714 tickets. 714 tickets. With Neto in there. Wait, it's way too early for phone calls, guys. Let's see. I'll get to phone calls in about 15 or so. Let's see. With Neto in there, everybody looks more confident. No errors. Exactly. Bases loaded for San Francisco tonight. Crone's situational hitting is great. He was just unlucky previously. Mickey seems to be stressful after Ohtani. Yeah, he needs to go down a little bit in the lineup, I believe. Perry is cooking. What's our win-loss record with Neto? I got to look into that. I don't know that offhand. Braves swinging at balls, and Angels W's. Oh, I like that one right there. That's actually pretty good.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
Angels W's. Thames needs to be fired, Joey says. MLB trade deadline, I'm so ready. By the way, if you guys haven't heard, tomorrow at 1 p.m., if you're working, if you're not, if you can, if you can't, tune in to our what do you call it? We should have news, about some sort of Angels, but we have a trade deadline show that will take place from 1 o'clock to game time of the Angels, and we will have a watch party. So if you want to watch the Angel game with us, you're more than welcome to. You could chime in. We'll read your comments. We'll take phone calls right after the game. We're going to do we're just going to jump into the post game. It's going to be me, Dominique, and Fernando calling the game between Atlanta and the Angels tomorrow. And we're going to be doing the trade deadline special. We could get a cameo from James and a few others that are going to jump in those 2 hours that we try to break down the trades that have already happened, and then the trades that are going to be going on when we're right there. We passed the Yankees. Yes, we did right there. Moniak and Neto look lost at their plates tonight, Joey says. Hopefully it's just tonight. Silseth or Morton, he couldn't really decide, Hunter says. Jacob says, what did Neto think was going to happen in that collision? Kind of bonehead play by him. He could have been hurt again. Exactly. By the way, Jacob, thank you so much. Steve Elise also says thank you so much. He sent me, because I couldn't get that little fanny pack, he sent me a fanny pack, so I really appreciate that. I got to get you out a shirt for that. I really appreciate that. It's a fool's gold to think that Renifo is a better as a leadoff hitter. I think so in a way, Kroom's car, but the thing is that he actually has a 400 average at leadoff. For some reason, he's more comfortable at leadoff. I don't know. It's a little weird. Robert says, yeah, fuck Thames. Someone needs to sit Neto and Moniak down to tell them that they're good players, but stay within yourself. Don't try to do too much at the plate, and your game singles are still great hits. Exactly. They're, because I think Neto's going to be where Moniak will be at some point, hitting over 300. And Moniak, for all his strikeouts, is still batting 317, but that's a dude that could be hitting 340. He's got a sweet swing. He just needs to be a little less aggressive. But unfortunately, Marcus Thames' only word in his vocabulary is aggressive. Richard Brooks says the Angels hitters are striking out way too much. That needs to change. It does. Hunter says, love Neto, but he played terrible at the plate tonight. Great win today because tomorrow will be a tough one, Mick says. Chubbs says, heading to Atlanta for the next two. Hopefully we can get some runs on Strider. Chubbs McFrinkles, I love that name. Good luck and have a nice time out there. And if you can, send us on Instagram some video when they do the Tomahawk Chop, because that is sick. I love that song, especially when they play it in the playoffs. It is crazy how they do the whistle and everyone's going crazy. I love that. I've always liked the Braves, not as a team to root for, but when they were on TBS and stuff like that, Angel Central, same thing. He was a big Braves he liked watching the Braves, and I was always into watching baseball. So if the Angels weren't on, Cubs on WGN, and then you had the Braves on freaking TBS. I would have liked for us to score more runs, but in the end of the day, a win is a win. Exactly. I got to admit, Renifo looks good at leadoff, Ryan says. Also, Eddie Perez says, is Erod finally in stone for the Angels, or Infinity Stone for the Angels? Who knows, dude? Or Infinity Stone. God, it's a Marvel reference. I missed that one. Lopez is a motherfucking dog. He sure is. Saving Estevez for Game 7 of the World Series. Mariners 1-1 in the top of the third. And here's a surprise, guys and gals. I thought when I saw the other day that the Mariners said that the Mariners were going to be sellers, I'm like, get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? They're a half game behind us. Like, how can you be sellers? Bro, they sent away Seawald. They sent away a couple other bullpen arms today. There's a chance they might send away a couple other hitters. Like they're throwing in the towel and they're almost like right where we are. If they win tonight, they're basically still right behind us. It's really, really weird. Todd gets a Halo honk tonight. Why do I get a Halo honk? I'm trying to stay away from that. Let's see. Also, fire Phil Nevin, promote Benji Gill to manager, and make the Angels into the postseason. That would be great. Balls, and Todd having confidence in Sith Master. I do have confidence in him.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
confidence in Silseth. Also, Brad as a Beast says, and I do not like that Nevin is pulling Silseth. Of course, Olsen is going to hit something. He's been doing that all year. Balls, and runners in scoring position.
I was pretty cocky.
I want balls and
runners in scoring position. Sweet Matty Matt says, I wouldn't go that far, but I do like our chances to get 2 out of 3. Landon says, balls, and Gritchick.
I was pretty cocky.
I want balls and
Randall Gritchick. Eric says, solid win on the road. Light that Halo up. Let's take this fucking series. Exactly. Amen, Eric. The less we see of Squid and Goofy Bat Boy, the deeper we will go into the playoffs. Aaron Poop getting his shit together, Ryan says. Oh, Hoppy, this guy is a beast. Sean says, when Trout and get back, Moniak got to ride the bench for a bit. Moniak trying to be the hero every at bat. Exactly. Thames too busy playing Angry Birds on iPad. Renifo stock is rising, Hunter says. Slammed his shit in the bullpen. Neto has all the heart. Neto is a beast as well. He definitely earned the place in there where the other guy, Squid, shut the hell up. Neto is a bulldog. We love this kid. This kid is just coming out with fire, dude. Fire. Neto is an inspiration. Bro motivates me to keep bettering myself. Again, the guy is just fire, dude. You could tell you want to play with this guy. Like, as far as like, if you were on the same team, you'd be like, yeah, I want to, I hope he picks me to be on his team. If you're just playing, over the line or whatever baseball, because he's got that moxie to him, dude. Moniak is better, or is getting some batting. I'll advise for somebody to help him out there. Hunter says Neto had an X-ray and it shows that he has dog in him. Oh, geez. Cowboy Carlos says Silseth, good start, and Lopez looked filthy. And boy, what a pickup! What a pickup by Perry. Because the main guy outside of a White Sox fan, you really didn't know who Lopez was unless you really know your baseball. And, again, I was even skeptical. I'm like, okay, Lopez is a nice pitcher. I've seen what he could do. I didn't know he could throw over 100 miles per hour. And the fact that he's throwing over 100 miles per hour, he gives you that Ben Joyce, what could have been, is pretty damn awesome. So that just tells you what Perry wanted for his bullpen, and he's putting it together. So these are the type of nights where it's like, okay, I could see the plan coming together. And if the coaching can stop fucking it up, then this team can actually go somewhere, as hurt as we are. Now, a guy I obviously didn't mention, but I'll just mention by number 6, I don't care about him. He could take the rest of the year off. I'm saddened to hear about Taylor Ward, but again, we have 3 good players coming back. Not 4, we have 3. A number 6 is not to be counted. It is all about Trout. It is all about Ohapi. It is all about getting our boy back. Drury, because he was on fire before he went down. You get those 3 guys back, this offense gets infinitely better, and you have a bigger, stronger bench than we had in the beginning of the season. Because just take a look at the bench. I mean, you'll have 3 pretty much Colorado Rocky starters on your bench, or you could play them. There's places to play them in the outfield and stuff like that. That's going to push guys to be stronger, have better at bats, keep your place in the starting lineup. Renfroe is going to be pushed. I'm telling you, Renfroe is going to be pushed to be better. And if Renfroe's hitting, again, look what happened when nobody else decided to hit, and he was the only dude being a dog in Toronto. And he literally got us that win on Sunday. Let's see. Also, Moniak needs to stop chasing balls outside the zone. He needs the pitching coach or the hitting coach to help him. What Halo awards top the Stamos Award? Nothing yet, R. Martinez. We are going to have some new awards for next year, but still. So happy Crone zone in the back. Light that baby up. Really good win. Glad to see the additions contributing right away. Exactly, and Drizzle. Marty says Silseth had a great game. I thought he deserved it, but Wallach did great. Wallach was good, and I give it to Wallach because, damn, dude, like, he's been so cold for so long. Nevin Nacho Life. Move Moniak down in the lineup, Cowboy Carlos says. Yeah, he had a bad game at the plate. These are just a few comments about Ohtani and stuff like that. See, when does the season start? Oh, here we go. Did the season start tonight or did it start Sunday?
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
And by the way, Bally's was too busy going, oh, guys, check it out. Ohtani's got the lead in home runs this year. Hey, guess what? I want some Snoop Dogg in this booth here in Atlanta. I heard he's on the East Coast tonight, and I know he's a West Coast guy because I used to listen to West Coast rap, but a brownie would go really good right now. And now a word from Burger King.
Whopper, Whopper, Whopper.
Hey, if you get into an accident coming down here to Atlanta, check in with Jacob.
Accident or injury, call Jacob. I'm Ronnie, call Jacob.
I just added that one. The division is in sight right now. It sure is, Angels Central. Justin Option says right now Lopez is better than Joyce, and he has more on his fastball. His stuff is filthy. Toronto plays Baltimore for 4 games. Great win. Can't wait for tomorrow's live broadcast for trade deadline and the game. Exactly, Dominic. Mama Luigi says, I think we can, all universally call them the team that has a name of the Anaheim Angels. Paul Sereno is proud of Moniak tonight. Trade deadline show tomorrow, Todd. Yes, sir. Neto infuses his team with baseball confidence and raises the baseball IQ. Squid chewing gum running the bases made me want to punch him in the face even more. Let's see. Also, dances my son, and I said with Squid on the bench, finally we can use a pinch runner for an example for Moose after a double in the 8th inning, and son of a bitch, it happened. Exactly. And it was nice to see him in that role only.
You son of a bitch.
Thame should have gotten reserved a spot for Nacho Night tonight. Fletch Fax is back. He says David Fletcher, the most important thing. He was saying that all last year. Trade deadline tomorrow, 12 or 3 p.m. Pacific is tomorrow's deadline. So we'll be on at 1 o'clock doing the last 2 hours of that. California Angels, Nate says, I'll vote for that too. The record with Neto in the lineup is a wow. Look at Ray doing the research. Thank you, Ray. Ray Ochoa coming up with 36 and 25 in games that Neto starts. Gee, and Nevin will still be like, fuck that. Where's Squid at? Where's my boy? Randall Gritchett shouldn't be wearing number 15. That should be retired. We've talked about this, Mama Luigi. I don't like them using those numbers, but Ohtani's got Erstad's number. Trout's got Guerrero's number. It's an organization that doesn't take care of its own, but I get the Trout one because he basically came up when Guerrero was still active. So if Guerrero had retired a few years before, then yeah, I would have been like, nah, bro, you got to pick another number. I know you like 27, but no, bro. No. And I think there should be about 3 or 4 more at least retired numbers up there. Get Stroman or JV, go Halos. Blue Jays and the Yankees lost. Let's go Halos. Brian K says, I'm going to be the first. I'm going to call for the first time. Sorry, I was an early call. It's okay, Mr. Moves. We're almost there. I would say like in 5 more minutes here. Let's see. I really like Ronaldo Lopez acquisition right now. Let's see. Also, Chubb says, I got you, Todd. Probably will be posting on my Halo time account on Twitter. Well, if you like I said, hit us up, dude. We will post it and put it on our story because that is an awesome place to go. And congratulations for going out there because there's a lot of us that would love to go to Atlanta. Believe me, I would love to. Robert says, pains me to say that I think that Nevin did the right thing in pulling Seth Page out of Mike Scioscia's book for having a starting pitcher go 5 and doesn't allow the Braves hitters to lock into him, builds his confidence up. Well, that's a good point, Robert. I didn't see it that way. Maybe I think that was about it the 3rd time around. So you're probably right. See, Robert bringing the knowledge right there. Ronaldo Lopez looks like a second closer now. He does. I lost my TV guide. Does anyone know when the season starts? Let me check our TV guide.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Huge fucking win. Chiefs and Angels fan says pitching was on a different level tonight. It was. Angels found their 1-2 punch with Lopez and Estevez, and boy, they get that bullpen like this, fucking lights out. The reason Renifo hitting well at leadoff, Little Wayne says, is not a fluke, is he's been dead red fastball hitter, and the trouble with off-speed hitting in front of Ohtani, he will rarely get any off-speed pitches. So Little Wayne saying basically with him at leadoff, he's going to be getting all the pitches that Ohtani won't. So that makes sense. if Ward didn't get injured, would let's see, GMPM still have gotten Crone and Gittrick or pitchers? That's a good. I think he wouldn't have did that. I think he went out there and that was an impulse move because it's like, okay, now we're short another outfielder. We need help, and they went out and got two, and then got I think Crone can play outfield, but they got a first baseman now, so now you got a righty-lefty first baseman combo. So that's pretty good. Balls, and helpful Honda. Hunter going with a deep dive.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Helpful Honda. I can't even say it. Angels can get a wild card spot, and then from there, who knows? They can catch fire and rocket to the World Series. Yep. Let's see. Also, what the hell are we doing? I mean, I like to return, but damn, my trade of Seawald. Yeah, Seawald is a pitcher you guys are gonna miss. Chiefs fan and Angels fan says, can I just say that getting Ronaldo was probably the best move Manassian could have made. He has that ability of 2 to 3 innings. That's exactly what we needed, and that's what you need going into the postseason. So you're absolutely correct. Let's see. Also, do you think that Ohapi and Drury in AAA for a few games in rehab? Yeah, they will be in the rehab assignment at least. But Mike Trout's just going to be like, hey, I'm freaking Mike Trout. Let's see. Chad Wallaker, Grillmaster's happy about that. Renifo should be at leadoff. Neto has looked bad at the plate in the past couple of weeks since he's been back with back issues. Moniak looks worse, Mikio. You got to play him through. Who is Rendon? Forget he even existed. Honestly, we're better without him. And go watch NASCAR. Cancer. Hunter says, I'm weak. Sandoval versus Strider tomorrow. Yikes. You forgot the Kia and Honda commercials. Gotta drive the Jacks and Burger King somehow. I'm gonna get those other commercials. Trust me. Bally's can suck Snoop's brownie. I watched the boxing match for almost half of the fucking game. IE Native says. Tress Mumford says I'm weak. Let's see. Also, dude, when Trout and Drury and Ohapi come back, hopefully we can go streaking. Would love to see Squid still home to win the Game 7 of the World Series and see what ToddFox would have to say about it. If he won the World Series, you know how much they show Erstad making that catch? Imagine if Squid somehow is the winning run or something. We'll have to watch him for 20 years or more. That means we'll see him 20 years from now at a 20-year anniversary of the 2023 World Championship. And he's over there taking credit, of course. Can't wait to see Ohtani Strider matchup. Strider will come straight at Ohtani. That's going to be crazy tomorrow. We're almost at 3 in a row, and that's a winning streak exactly because that's what we like to talk about right here. If I could find it real quick. There we go.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak.
Exactly. So if you guys want to talk about this and more, 714-598-3221. You know the number, 714-598-3221. And let's talk about the Angels getting a victory tonight because I feel pumped. You know, usually I'm yelling, I'm mad, and they won despite Phil Nevin tonight. They literally did their best to win despite him tonight. And the team, you know, yes, I would like them to play better with runners in scoring position. We all know that's much needed, but it's the Halo Honk line.
Hello, Mr. Halo Honk. I just want to say my Halo is honking for Perry Manassi. Really excited about the moves he's done.
Mm-hmm.
And what's up?
Well, how you doing, man? I mean, you got to feel good about a win in Atlanta tonight, right?
Yeah, I felt really good. I think his name was Robert earlier, said that was a good way to look out the pulling of Silseth, but I was a little disappointed when he got taken out.
Yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying because it does make sense. And like Silseth has had a couple starts in his career that have been that he looks really, really good, and then he just comes back and has some bad starts, and they've kind of jerked him around going back and forth between the bullpen and starting. So I guess they're serious about it now, about stretching him out and making him a consistent starter. But where do you put him?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, if we could see Giolito have a bit of a better game than his initial start with us, I mean, I feel good about their depth.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that we haven't had a chance to talk about in the last few years is the depth of this team has gotten far better. Because right now the Angels are 4 games out of the – that's probably not the updated – I think they're 3 back, right? Or they should be 3.
I think I saw tonight on, good old Bally that we might even be 2.5 out.
Yeah, I think we're – well, right here, as of yesterday, we were 4. So we're 3 out now. But the thing that I'm kind of like getting a little honkish about is that now with Texas idle, we pick up another half game. We're 4.5 out. We're within that 5-game threshold. So the division, we're starting to smell it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was raised up an Angels fan. I'm 22 now. I can't remember feeling this way about the Angels pretty much since I could remember.
Yeah, I mean, what you were, let's see, if you're 22, like my math, you were 14 in 2014, correct?
Yeah. I was excited about that series, but then, the Royals kind of gave it to us, and even a little before that, it's just always been like we're the little brother, if you will, of California. Deal with a lot of Dodger fans, but I always have been repping the Halos, and I'm a proud Halo hunk today.
Well, I'll tell you what, my man. When it comes down to it, if we can ever get on a run like we had between 2002 and 2009, I get what Artie was trying to do, but he failed miserably. But if that team had rolled to another World Series win, we were taking over the LA market. Not for good, but we had a good hold on it because during those years when you were a baby, man, the Angels were rivaling the Dodgers for top dog. We weren't the redheaded stepchild. Like, we were really close to really putting a sore spot out there for the Dodgers. I mean, Artie he had balls back then and was putting up billboards right outside Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers don't give us the respect. They're not even that much better than us most seasons. It's pretty crazy.
Exactly. And they've had a good run, but again, I don't count 2020. And in at least Atlanta, when they had those 13 years of going to and winning the division all the time back in the day, they at least won a world title in 162, and you didn't see that from the Dodgers. They had multiple chances and couldn't do it. So I'm happy with that.
I'm excited as well for tomorrow's deadline, looking to see what Master Manassan can do.
Yeah, check out the show tomorrow. We're going to be live, so anything that pops, we're going to have it first.
Sure thing, bud.
All right, bro. You have a good one, man.
Here in the chat. All right, thank you for having me.
Anytime, my man.
Peace out.
All right, later. All right, so if you want to call in, 714-598-3221. No way Squid makes it to the lineup in the postseason. I will T-bone his car on the way to the stadium. It's a Halo Honk line.
Hi, Todd.
What is up, Hunter?
Not much. That was a big win.
Mm-hmm.
Ronaldo Lopez, straight up shocked.
Yeah, that dude is got some filthy stuff, man.
What's up, Todd?
What's going on?
My older brother.
Oh, is that your brother?
What's up? Older one. My little brother. Hi, Todd.
How you doing?
That's my little.
Saying hi to all the Mumfords.
Yeah. But his fastball obviously has. I mean, it can get up there obviously, but that slider, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
He threw it to end the game on his last pitch. It was.
Have you ever gotten used to someone just throwing fastballs? Like, has it your dad or any of the pitchers have thrown like a 50, 60 mile per hour fastball, and then all of a sudden they throw you something 10 or 15 miles per hour slower?
Oh yeah. But the one time that happened, well, so I haven't seen it, but I saw it in warm-ups, like this, because I was the first kid this kid faced. It was a lefty, and they took him out because he was getting just like beat up, and they put in a righty to face me because I'm right-handed.
Okay.
And this kid was pumping, like he was throwing like 60, but when I saw like he threw two changeups. Sorry, not curveballs. his front shoulder flew open. So first pitch, I was looking for that front shoulder. It came wide open, and I just sat on the changeup, and I hit a grand slam.
Oh wow. Yeah, see, you timed it right, but what my point though was, I've been in the box.
Oh, I thought.
Huh?
Yeah, like if they were just like gassing, and then out of nowhere they were just threw something spinning.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, I had one of those at bats where it's like one of those half-hearted at bats where, I was in the box and I was facing this dude and he was pumping 95, 96, and so like I let the first one go by and I was like, holy shit, that's fast. And the second one I fouled it back, and so I'm like, I sat dead red. I'm like, okay, for some reason I was thinking he's gonna throw me another fastball and I'm gonna crush it. And he threw me the nastiest like slider that was like at least 14 to 16 miles per hour slower. And I was way out, because when you play a video game and you just like swing like someone throws that changeup. Yeah, that's how I was. I was way out in front of it, man. I mean, I swung at it worse than Renfro, dude. It was embarrassing.
I had that. It was he was lefty, and he's probably the hardest pitcher I ever threw. I saw, and he's throwing like 63, 64, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's coming like in on my hand. So I'm like, and it's like cold out. So when I missed the first one, I was like, I was late by like probably like, it was in the catcher's glove. And I swung, and I was like, okay, this is another fastball. And I swing, and it gets in on my hand. And I foul it off, and I'm like, dang, that hurt. Because it was cold.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is a fastball. It's going to be a fastball in again, and just turn on it. Get the barrel out there early. And he threw me a curveball. And if I was sitting curveball, I probably could have hit a home run. But it was just a terrible curveball. But I was just hitting fastball so hard that I was just so out in front, and I had no chance to put even a little bit of barrel on it.
And see, and that's some point I was making. When you're up there and you got stuff that Lopez has, like you're sitting dead red, or you're sitting a slider if he's throwing the slider, and then he could come back and just beat you in with one of those fastballs or a slider. That's devastating. That's like Frankie Rodriguez type stuff. And the movement, if you ever see or go on YouTube, because that's before your time, Hunter, but if you check out Frankie Rodriguez and what he could throw, he had some devastating stuff. So I love what this kid has, man, and it's going to make batters look stupid at times, and that's great to see, because finally, we've had to watch these kind of pitchers from other teams play us or in the postseason. Now we got one, so I'm very happy about that. But appreciate the phone call, my man. I got to get to a couple more calls, and what do you call it? Say hi to the rest of the family for me, man.
All right,
Hunter.
One thing.
Huh?
Are you talking about K-Rod?
Yes.
He was the 8th inning guy in 2002.
Yeah, exactly. You've seen video of him, right?
He brought him up, and then when Percival left or retired, I can't remember. He was our closer, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
Yep. All right, Hunter. Have a good one, my man.
All right, see ya.
All right, that's Hunter right there. We'll take a few more phone calls right here. Let's see. The chair says both Mumfords are going to the majors. Most likely, dude. I mean, they're producing some freaking some stars right there. Rogers having Stamos choke on him tonight. It's a Halo Honk line.
What's up, Todd?
What's up, Eric? How you doing, man?
John Stamos choked on me.
I mean, of all the things that I have seen, I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like what we did today.
With what? With the pitching or in Seattle?
With the Mariners.
Oh, with the Mariners. Yeah, dude. I'm shocked, bro. I'm shocked.
I tell you, I don't even know what's going on. Yeah. I mean, I still have faith, of course, but Seawald, of all people.
Yeah, I mean.
I hope we do.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I hope we know what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, look, DePoto's done good since he's been up there. I ain't going to lie. He's brought that team back and everything. But when you think about it right now, again, the Seattle Mariners are 5.5 games out of first place. And if they win tonight, like, I don't know what the score is right now, but they could pull within 5 games of first place. And then if you look at the wild card standings, currently right now, like I said, the Angels are 3 back, and the Mariners are 4 back. But if they win tonight, they'd be 3.5, tied with the Yankees. So I mean, they're only currently 2 games back of the Angels in the win column. Like, I don't see how you can just throw in the towel like that.
I'm hoping that maybe tomorrow there's like a major move incoming, like maybe a hater or somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope there's something big tomorrow because
unless they're pulling like a possum type move, you know what I mean? Like they're pretending they're selling and they got some rookies that another team wants or prospects, and they're going to flip that for something else, then it'll make sense. But I've never seen a team that this close wanting to just be like, nah, we're not in it.
I tell you, that could be a good point. In fact, it makes me wonder, because I was looking at some rumors today, and it looks like Gilbert might be in a trade.
Mm-hmm.
They might be having talks about Logan Gilbert with Baltimore, and that would be huge if that happened.
Well, Gilbert, correct me if I'm wrong, is he your number 2 or number 1?
I believe number 2. Yeah, Castillo, I believe, is number 1 out here.
Yeah, if they give up on Gilbert, bro, you know they're like, season's over, man. Like, their season doesn't start tonight.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah.
Yeah, when did he come up with that day? Was that like a season opener?
Which one?
The season starts tonight. Was that really the season opener?
No, that was a few years ago when he was on the radio and he got tired of people just like getting mad at him or mad at the Angels. And it was just like, because he's like one of these guys where you can't call in and be negative. He'll hang up on you. Like say, for instance, if I were to call up and try to tell him like it is, Roger would hang up on me. But if someone's like kissing his ass saying the Angels are great, even though they've lost like 7 in a row, like you should have heard him last year when the Angels lost 14 in a row. He was acting like there was no problem. Like, oh, they're going to turn around. The season's not over. And he does say that.
Dude!
Yeah. He says that stuff all the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's terrible.
It sounds like he got hit in the head as a kid. That's what it sounds like, Raj.
Maybe. All right, man. Well, I appreciate the call, my man. I'm going to get to a couple more of these because I got limited time tonight.
All right, bud.
But it's good talking to you, Eric. Hang in there.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Roger.
Wow, winning.
Is this Artie?
Who else? The big dog.
The big dog.
Making all the moves. Yeah.
Oh.
Perry Potassium making the move, but who's working the puppet?
It's
me.
It's Manassian, not potassium.
Huh?
Never mind. So.
Hey, I just wanted to know your show's great. I really love the Sports Lodge. It's the number 1 sports show in the world. The galaxy.
Do you like Stamos?
John Stamos choked on me.
Oh, John Stamos is a great guy. He came over one time, and the other guy too from Full House, the one with the blonde hair, the one that Alanis Morissette sang about.
The hockey guy?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking of hiring that guy because he does this thing with his hands where he says, "Cut it out." It's hilarious. Everybody in the office just starts laughing. Hey, but the real reason why I call Raj is that
everybody's giving props to potassium.
Well,
I don't want pulling the string.
Yeah, but who freaking? What I want to know is, did you guys scout the Rockies? I mean, like, because obviously that's 3 players now from the Rockies. Was that all you? Come on, man. I'm trying to ask you a serious question.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You can't be falling asleep, man. I mean,
I had a busy day today. I had emails, and I had this horrible sandwich. I don't know where it was from.
Did you have a Munchie Meal by Snoop?
I don't know what that is. Is that what all the hip kids are eating these days?
Yeah, it's the brownie.
No. Oh. Maybe I need one of those.
Well, I want to know what do you scout these guys from the Rockies or like how did that come about?
Oh, we do all kinds of things. I can't tell you though because it's top secret. Can't tell anybody because then the media starts coming out with all kinds of stories of us making deals and that Sadu guy comes over again and he bothered. That guy plugged my toilet up twice.
Well, speaking of plugged up, isn't your lawyers a little plugged up with all your cases you're facing now?
That's what they do. Those blood-sucking lawyers, that's all they do all day long. I just let them have fun in their own little playground, and I mind my own business.
Well,
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing a good job, pal. Wait a minute, this isn't Roger.
Yeah, but remember you said you signed me to that contract. Remember you said I could.
Oh, you're the guy that hates me. I talked to you last time. You're ToddFox.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I keep hearing my phone numbers mixed up. I gotta change the contact. I can't get the screen.
Can you drink water instead of scotch next time? I mean, that would probably help.
Oh, no. Water doesn't do it for me. I need something to give me pep.
I think the pep is coming out of you.
Oh, I know. Sometimes, in with the good, out with the bad.
Okay.
You got to cleanse yourself.
Gotcha. By the way, I love that comment you said that behind every good man is his wife and then his mistress. That was a good one last time.
It's true.
Okay.
Come on, we all know how the world works. We all know how it goes. That's just how I roll.
Yeah, because you're a pimp like that, right?
Yeah. That's me.
Yep.
And I'm pimping these baseball stars like you wouldn't believe. I'm bringing all the old angels back. Crone, that Disney guy, and I called Chuck Finley yesterday, and I called Damien Easley, but he won't answer his phone. I don't know why. Well, I used to talk to Damien Easley all the time, and it's like, all the stuff going on with Anaheim City and all that stuff. So now no one wants to talk to me. I just want to know what the credit is. When did I ever get the credit? I was reading your comments. No one's talking about Big A.
Well, when are you going to come to the Big A, by the way? We love seeing you lurking in the shadows over there.
I live there. Every time my wife takes me out, I'd go and sleep over there up there by the hot dog stand. Hey, we have all kinds of different baseball nights where we allow different groups of people over all the time.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, we had I think we had a Star Wars night. That was funny because I saw a guy with a Chewbacca mask and it wasn't movie quality. And then we had I think we had a gay night one time. That was cool.
Yeah. You had that?
Yeah, it was real cool. And we let them have a good old time, and we let them run the stands, and they were cooking the food. They were charging and accepting money and working for me. It was great.
That's awesome.
The only problem is all the fans were complaining that all the hot dogs taste like poop.
All right. Yeah, enough.
That was a joke. I learned that joke earlier today from my nephew.
Gotcha.
He's a sucker, that guy. Anyway, you have a good night, Raj. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's ToddFox.
What's your name again?
ToddFox.
Papa? I'm sorry. I'm not calling you Papa. Yeah, pal. I'm going to call you Papa, pal.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Have a good night,
That's
Artie.
a keeper. All right. Good night, everybody. Maybe I'll get a couple more guys for you next week. Not now, because I'm tired.
There
Good night.
goes Artie. It's a Halo Honk line.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
I'm pretty psyched that we got a fucking win.
Yes, it was a good win tonight. Beating Atlanta. I would have liked to have won either Friday or Saturday, but tonight's good, man. We got to follow it up tomorrow.
What are we on if we sweep Atlanta?
If we what?
Sweep Atlanta?
If we sweep Atlanta, we would be 58-51. We'd be 7 games over.
What would what would it be called? Because this team clearly doesn't know what a win streak is.
Oh, yeah, we'd have to call it a win streak. I don't know what, because that would be 4 in a row. So shit. Look, we got a good game tomorrow. I mean, Sandoval's gonna come with it, or is it Otani? Do they bump him up? Because I got Sandoval.
As far as Patrick, they announced that Patrick during the game. So yeah. I think Patrick.
Sandoval's got to give us his best start of the year. And then you got freaking Strider. Strider's numbers are he's got that porn stash, so we got to deal with that. And then he's 11-3 with a 3.73 ERA. Doesn't give up many walks and gets quite a few strikeouts. He's almost at 200 already.
Jesus. But Cron's been one of my favorites for a while, but it's like this performance, it was like not his night, but I think if we knowing Phil, he's gonna probably, and Thames, he's probably gonna be in the starting rotation tomorrow, and hopefully Cron does better, and hopefully Grichuk keeps this fire he had tonight going.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, Grichuk, I'd like to see him get a few more singles. Like, again, they went out, Perry got these guys to get those kind of hits that freaking Cron did tonight. I don't think he's necessarily looking for Cron to be a home run hitter. He's just looking for him to put the ball in play, have a good at bat, sacrifice, or maybe get a hit. Grichuk's the same guy, but he had 3 strikeouts tonight. But usually he doesn't do that. So
being a team player, something this team needs, because a lot of the guys are worried about, oh, I can hit a home run. Look at me.
Correct, and that's what we need.
That's our biggest weakness.
Yeah, our biggest weakness is that, bro, because think about it, Landon. We went 1 for 28 in Toronto. We cash in a third of that, and we blow out Toronto because the pitching was that good, you know. And tonight, you go 0 for 10. You think you're going to lose, but, you know, or you leave 10 men on, but you go 1 for 11. But that 1 for 11 was a nice little capper. You had, 3 other solo blasts, but I don't want to live on the home run, dude. I don't want to live and die on that. We've seen enough of that. I rather manufacture runs and get hits when we have guys on.
Yeah, I feel like Cron and Grichuk, this being Cron's second run with the team and Grichuk's first run with the team in the majors, they're going to pull some team plays, like bunting when there needs to be, taking the sack flies, making the hit, even the clutch hits. Even like Cron isn't a home run hitter, but if Cron needs to, I feel like he could deliver.
Oh yeah, he can. They were talking about a 500-footer that he had in Colorado, but granted it's Colorado, but he can hit him deep. But the thing about Grichuk that people don't know, or at least that, if they don't know who Grichuk is that he can also bunt too, and bunt for hits, because he drag bunts and he sacrifices. He goes the other way, like you saw with that home run. So I think he's gonna do a lot, and it's gonna be one of those things where you get a guy 14 years later, that you could have had in your system, because I forgot who they traded him for, but that he's always been a solid dude. You've seen this guy in the playoffs, year after year with different teams. So I mean, he can do it, and I think he's a good utility player. You get Drury back, who's hits a home run when he can, but not really looking to do that. He gets hits. If Trout comes back and gets hits, we all know what Ohapi can do. Again, that's going to help this team out, dude, big time.
Yeah, but something that doesn't help this team out is the injuries that, like, the minor ones, like Rendon.
Yeah, well, I don't want him back, dude. Like, I'm dreading the fact when Fernando will post, "Hey, he's back into the lineup."
Like, I hope we do what we did with Padlo with Rendon, just DFA him right out.
I wish, but the problem is that with that, Landon, is he's got 3 more goddamn years left, and I don't think Artie, as drunk as he is, will pull that trigger.
Oh God,
we're stuck at least another year with him, bro.
Yeah, and tomorrow we're probably gonna hear Roger going, balls, and Grichuk.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, see, there's Chiefs and Angels fan coming through right there. I appreciate it. He said we traded Grichuk for David Freese and Fernando Salas. So, or Borges too. So that was, at the time, was a good trade for us, because Fernando Salas and Freese were actually pretty good.
Yeah, now,
yeah. Now
forget who he's Crone for.
Crone? Damn. I'm sure someone will post that too, because that was one I forget too.
It might. I can't remember. I'm not even going to try and take it and guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kinsler might have been in that one, maybe.
Who?
Because shortly after Crone left, we saw Kinsler. So that's why my gut is to think. That's why I'm thinking that maybe Ian Kinsler
could be. Crone,
yeah, because I think at the time when Kinsler was with us, his short stint, he was decent, and he was once again, like Crone, doing those little things for the team to moving players over and all that.
Yep, absolutely.
That's what we need more of. We need to keep and plus losing I'm not going to say our star outfielder, but a decent starter outfielder, Ward. We're going to start feeling that. We were, without Grichuk, tonight it would have probably been way closer than it was, I feel like.
Yeah, they needed to get those guys, because with Ward, I think Ward pushed the issue. Someone asked that earlier, and when Ward's injury happened, they had to make a trade.
Yeah, Ward was moved from the 10-day IL to 60-day IL, and Big Jim is thinking he's out for the rest of the season because he's going to need surgery.
Oh yeah, he's done, because I don't know if you saw, but like before they put him on the cart, if you look at his face, dude, it was already swollen. I can't imagine what it looks like today. He probably looks like he was shot. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes when you're shot, the blood, everything expands. So he probably can't see out of his left eye. And with the facial fractures, that's got to be extremely painful. So, yeah, I'm praying for him to be much better.
His left face probably looks like swollen like a blueberry.
Correct. Yeah, it looks terrible, because, again, you've seen some of those boxers that have gotten just knocked the fuck out. That's with just their face being swollen, nothing broken. I mean, he broke, his skull basically. So, I mean, dude.
He had like a 91 mile per hour fastball to the face.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And say baseball isn't that big, like, manly of a sport. Look at Ward's injury, then talk.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fucking dangerous sport.
Yeah.
And even then, like, him coming back next season, that still is going to show, like, hey, he's a fighter.
Well, yeah, and he's going to have some PTSD, because he's got to not be nervous when they try to pitch him in, because that'll happen too. So
yeah, anything from happening like that, it's inevitable. Something like PTSD or something's going to happen. But
correct.
I think Grichuk, we might see Ward as a backup next year if we keep if Artie is smart and keeps Grichuk. I think Grichuk might be our starter next year, and Ward will be our backup.
Yeah, well, we'll see, bro, because, like, again, this team could look really different. We don't know who's going to be on the team next year, because it all starts and ends with Ohtani. But appreciate the call, Landon. Say hi to the big man.
All right.
All right, brother.
And
Good
bring
talking.
Papa today's game.
Yeah, I got to try to get him out there, dude. He's getting close. He's getting close.
All right.
All right, brother.
Hopefully we don't hear Roger going, "Oh, Donnie!"
No, he's going to be like, Grinchick, oh, and I love CJ Cron.
Grinchick, I want a Donnie and Grinchick.
Yeah, exactly. All right, brother. Talk to you later.
All right.
All right, Landon, we'll get one more phone call in here, maybe here. Hold on a second. Oh, actually, we missed it right there. Call back if you're going to call. Let's see. So let me just finish this up right now. Let me get the last call real quick. It's a Halo Honk line.
Yes, I made it in. Okay. What's up? What's up, Todd? What's
Not
up,
much,
guys?
man. I got a few minutes.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna keep it quick. First of all, I know someone said it in chat, but I already knew this off bat. We got Luis from Heathrow for CJ Crone. So we got both of them. He was shaded to the Tampa Bay Rays for Van Heathrow. But I could watch basically the third inning on because I came back from the beach. Shout out Hammer. I did go surfing. And this game was good. You know, I feel like, you know, once we get these new players, the team looks hot, the team looks good, and then we just drop off. And I think tomorrow it's gonna be a tough one because it's Spencer Strider, and geez, I mean, we got lucky with this one.
Well, absolutely. It's going to be critical because, again, if we could win this series, good things will happen, I believe, because, you know, the Reds, not the Reds, but the Mariners appear to be thrown in the towel, and that's the team we take on next, you know, when we come home. So maybe we catch them. I mean, you got to be disappointed if you're a Mariners player. Screw being the fan. A Mariners player, and you're like, wait, we're still this close where the Angels are at. The Angels are adding guys, and we're dropping guys. So that could demoralize them, and that's a 4-game set at the Big A. If you could take advantage of Seattle while other teams are playing tougher teams, I mean, you can make up ground faster.
I totally need. And then after that, we just need to hit Giants hard. That's going to be a little tough, but we can hit them. And after that, we go to Texas. And Texas is going to be where we really show off our new pieces, where we really show that we are eligible to, first of all, take a wild card spot, or even if we shoot for the stars, or if we go big, because everything's bigger in Texas, we take a division.
Well, yeah, I'm telling you, the division's within striking. Whenever it's under 5, we're within striking distance. It's 4.5 right now. Houston's sitting a half game back of first. Again, Texas is loaded up with veterans, but that doesn't mean that they're going to fit in. That doesn't mean that they're going to work. So this whole them getting Scherzer, I'm not scared. Them getting Chapman, I'm not scared. Again, because all you got in that bullpen is Will Smith and Chapman, 2 lefties. You got no righty power arm in the bullpen. And then starting rotations banged up. You got to depend on Eovaldi, who is their best pitcher, who we've hit a couple times. So I'm not too scared about Texas. I never have been all year. I still feel they're going to finish in second, and I want to jump them so bad. And we have an opportunity too.
We have a chance. I think we just need – I know you put this in a poll earlier. We just need that one piece, and I think that one piece is a pitcher.
Well, that's what it looks like.
If we have just the one, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it looks like right now, because I ended the poll right now, and you just reminded me, what move will the Angels likely do tomorrow? And 76% of you out of 108 votes said pitcher. 23% said hitter.
Yeah, we just need that one piece. If we just get that one bullpen arm that's reliable to go maybe 2 innings, 3 innings for us, just 8 innings, then we'll be good. But other than that, I mean, our hitters, we're going to get Drury back coming on Thursday when they come back home. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to be having Meadows already back. Trout coming back in the middle of September, or August is next month, right? Yeah, August.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, Rendon. I don't know if he's ever going to come back, but he's just sitting on the bench for now. And then we have so many just these pieces that are just going to plug in, and Logan Happy. I hope he comes back, and then we just plug them back in. And I don't mean to honk my horn here, Todd, but this is a World Series team.
Here we go. See, you always go super positive, bro, because You're like as positive as Magic Johnson right now.
With wow, winning.
I'm trying to. Like, this is going to be so hyped.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show you how starving us Angels fans are for winning baseball. So if they can get on a streak and make a shot at the division or the wild card, hell yeah, dude, because that's what I'm here for too. I'm super excited myself. This is a huge win, but they got to follow it up. Either if they can't win tomorrow, they got to pull out the last one. They got to win this series. I think that'll be a huge motivation moving forward if they do. So, but
yeah, I'm already kind of smiles a loss.
Well, we'll see, dude. I mean, there's been games where I've chalked it up as a loss, and we've been pleasantly surprised. So we'll see, dude. Like, you got to play the games, man. And there's been games where I think it's going to be a walkover and we get beat. So we're by winning.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
But yeah, bro. Say hi to Pops for me. I'm gonna dip out right now because I'm up against it right now. All right, my man. You better?
All right. See ya.
All right, later. All right, so real quick to wrap up, Gittrick could be back next year. It just depends if there's an opening for him. Halo Joe says keep it rolling. We got to keep it rolling. That's for damn sure. As I finish out the show tonight, if you get into a car accident, Bally's wants you to know that first. And then
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Exactly. But first and foremost, check us out tomorrow for the trade deadline show, 1 o'clock p.m. 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. 1 o'clock Pacific. We're going to do 2 hours of the final hours of the trade deadline. You know how a lot of stuff wheeling and dealing goes. Plus, we'll be able to preview what's happened during the week and tomorrow because you know there's going to be some trades going on tomorrow morning all the way up until game time. We're going to be with you, and then we're going to do a watch party here on YouTube. So tell your friends or whatever to watch us tomorrow. And get in, and all your comments that you guys are writing right now and everything, we're going to be reading those during commercial breaks when we're not calling the game. So it's going to be fun, and we'll be back in Atlanta, and hopefully everything works out. I appreciate everyone's comments, as always, and phone calls. Keep it going. We're trying to do keep the show going, and we got a lot of good things coming up because we got a lot of giveaways. I'll be giving away some family 4-packs later this week, too. I got those from 714 Tickets, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to play some trivia. And I've got some old stuff from 714 Tickets from previous promotions to give away. So this month's going to be fun as we get going. So my Halo is honking. It's all about the Anaheim Angels, exactly. Thank you, Chiefs Angels fan. And by the way, one more thing I'll leave you with is,
we got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Exactly. And as we got to play in fashion right here because we've adopted this every time the Angels win. As soon as the stupid preview goes right here, we got to play some Stukas before we get out of here. Stukas over Disneyland. That is the song we play when the Halos pull one out and win. So here we go. Let me get that. I'll play a little bit so I don't get a copyright from about right here.
Sing it if you know it.